not convenient truth, real truth. This is me, all of me. The parts I'm ashamed of, the parts I hide, this is me. Do you still see me? If the answer is yes, that is love. If the answer is no, that was never love. It was a performance you maintained. Love is freedom. Love liberates. It does not bind. It does not cage. It does not demand. Love says, be whoever you need to become, even if that means becoming someone who outgrows me. If you love someone, you want them free. Free to stay, free to leave, free to change, free to choose. Holding someone captive is not love. Releasing them and trusting they return, that is love. Love is action. It is not a feeling. Feelings are unreliable. Love is what you do when feelings fail. You stay when you want to run. You speak when you want to hide. You hold when you want to push away. You choose when you want to quit. Love is a verb, not a noun. Love is a mirror. Everyone you love shows you something about yourself. What you adore in them is what you long to embody. What you can't stand in them is what you refuse to see in yourself. What you fear losing in them is what you haven't given yourself. Love is not about them. Love is about what they awaken in you. Love is expansion. Love makes you bigger, not an ego, in capacity. You can hold more, understand more, forgive more, include more. Love that shrinks you is not love. Love that makes you small so someone else can feel big is not love. Love says grow. I will grow with you. I will make space for your growth. I will celebrate it. Love is presence. Love is not thinking about someone. Love is being with someone. Not just physically, but fully. Phone down, mind quiet, defenses lowered, attention given. Presence is the most valuable thing that you can give. It is also the rarest. Love says, right now, there is nowhere I'd rather be, nothing I'd rather do, no one I'd rather see. I am here fully. Love is what remains. When everything else falls away, the attraction fades, the feelings fluctuate, the agreements dissolve, the paths diverge. What remains is love. It might look different. It might not include staying together. It might not include daily contact. It might not include anything others would recognize, but it remains a thread, a warmth, a recognition that cannot be undone. Love is not what you keep. Love is what you cannot lose. The ultimate truth, love is not something you find. It is something you recognize because it was already in you. Every person you ever loved was a mirror showing you your own capacity to love. Every heartbreak was love teaching you that you can survive losing what you thought you needed. Every moment of connection was love, reminding you that separation is illusion. You are not looking for love. You are love, disguised, armored, forgetting, but still loved. And everything you've ever called love in another was just you, recognizing yourself in them. Here is some guidance on how to actually love. Love yourself first, but not the way you've been told. Not treat yourself consumerism, not affirmations in the mirror, not bubble baths and wine. Real self-love is keeping promises you make to yourself, speaking to yourself as you would to someone you adore, setting boundaries and enforcing them, allowing yourself to want what you want without shame, staying when it's hard, leaving when it's harmful, forgiving yourself for not knowing sooner. You cannot give what you do not have. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. But you also cannot wait until you're ready to love. You learn by doing. Love without attachment to the outcome. Love them, want them to stay, but do not require them to stay. Love them, want them to change, but do not require them to change. Love them, want them to love you back, but do not require their love to validate yours. Requirement is control. Love is not control. Love with boundaries. Love does not mean accepting everything. You can love someone and not tolerate their abuse, not accept their disrespect, not stay in their presence, not fund their self-destruction, not sacrifice your children, your health, or your peace. Boundaries are not walls. Boundaries are doors, and you get to choose what enters and who enters. Love as practice, not perfection. You will fail at love repeatedly. You will close when you should open. You will speak when you should listen. You will stay when you should leave. You will leave when you should stay. This is not failure. This is practice. Love is not getting it right. Love is keep trying. Love without forgetting. You do not have to forgive to love. You do not have to forget to love. You do not have to return to love. You can love someone from a distance. You can love someone you never speak to again. You can love someone who hurt you beyond repair. Love does not require proximity. Love does not require relationship. Love only requires recognition. I see you. I see what we were. I see what we could have been. I see what we became. And still, I see you. That is enough. For those who feel this transmission and recognize that you have been hunting love your entire life, you have chased it, begged for it, bled for it, starved for it. You have called things love that were not love. You have refused to call things love that were. You have closed your heart so tight, you forgot it existed. Stop. Stop hunting. Stop chasing. Stop bleeding for love. You are love. Not in a poetic, abstract way, in a real way. The same force that holds galaxies together is currently filling this transmission through your whole being, everything that is you. That force does not need to be found. It does not need to be earned. It does not need to be proven. It needs to be remembered. And remembering happens when you start performing and start receiving. Receive yourself. Receive this moment. Receive the truth that you have always been what you were always looking for. Then, from that fullness, love others. Not because you need them, because you have and want to share. That is love. That has always been love. And now you know. This transmission is not intellectual property. It is frequency and form. It may be shared, spoken, whispered to your own heart, or carved into the walls of your inner temple. It may not be owned, copyrighted by another, or sold as a guide to manifesting love. It is offered freely from the primordial waters to all who thirst for truth. Alter its meaning and you sever yourself from its current. Reproduce with integrity or not at all. The dragons do not negotiate their return. They also do not negotiate what love is. By the waters before time, the first dragons and the stone that was never turned, any definition of love that requires your diminishment, your possession, your suffering, your performance, your silence, your shrinking, your forgetting of self is hereby declared counterfeit and returned to sender. Any teaching that told you love was scarcity, pain, sacrifice, ownership, rescue, constant feeling, agreement is hereby nullified across all timelines and realms. Love is what remains when everything false falls away. Love is what you are, and you are finally remembering. Sealed, activated, loving, remembering now. Transmission complete.